Hello viewers, we'll be going over WTI crude oil. In this video, we'll be going over the day-by-day probability model, the technical performance of each model, how we find the models, comparing the current trend with the trend in the past, and we'll go over the day-by-day forecast for WTI crude oil. So let's start off with the technical analysis on the 1-hour chart. Or today we're down 94 basis points on the 1-hour chart. We're still in a positive MACD, and we're starting to see a slight convergence. If we extend that further on the 4-hour chart, we are also in the positive MACD on the 4-hour chart, and we start to see the 9 moving average converge higher above the 50 moving average as well as the 18 moving average. If we extend that further onto the daily chart, we do see a slight divergence back in June 11th, and at the moment we are still sticking on the 18-day moving average support. We have not closed below that level yet, and at the moment we do see possible resistance being around the 150-day moving average, this red line. So we'll mark that as our first immediate resistance if we do continue to climb higher, and that price is roughly around $42.85. And that also coincides with previous resistance or previous incident where we dropped from March 6th to March 9th. So we have a gap down around that level as well. Again, that is around, say, around $40. And if we were to reverse and head down lower, the next possible support level will be around the 100-day moving average, this orange line. We made attempts at touching it, but not quite. We quickly reversed and touched higher above the 18-day moving average, and the support level, that is around the level of $33.35, and we also had previous resistance level around that range, and since we're above resistance, that now act as our support. So if we do manage to fall lower to hit support level, that price movement to the downside is roughly around 9.6%, and to the upside to hit resistance, that is around 10.6%. And now let's examine the day-by-day probability model. Again, these models are now available in the link below, so do check it out. So as we progress to the 7th day, we have a 25% chance for WTI crude oil to climb higher between 0 to 4.5%. And to the downside, we have a 25% chance to fall between 0 to 4.5%. In the extreme case, to the downside, we have a 25% chance between negative 4.5% to negative 9%. And further extreme case, we have a 25% chance between negative 9% to negative 15%. So now let's examine the day-by-day forecast for WTI crude oil. So we have 1 day out, that would be a Thursday, and 2 days out would be a Friday, and so on. So we have 3 days out, 4 days out, 5 days out, 6 days out, and 7 days out. So which one of these models we should focus on? Ideally, the model that's best matched to the current trend. So on here we have our current trend as a blue line, and overlapping it happens to be the best match. So we have the line current trend right here, and below is the trend that we found on the live graph to be the best match. And this trend dates back to January 7th to April 3rd, 2009. So let's begin comparing the both charts. So on the current trend, we start off at the middle Bollinger Band, proceeded to drop lower, touch the bottom band, revert back to the mean to the middle band, and towards the very end we touch the upper band, and then towards the very end once more touch the middle Bollinger Band. So now in the trend in question, we start off at the middle Bollinger Band, proceed to touch the bottom band, again revert back to the mean to the middle band, upper band, and then finally to the middle band towards the very end. So what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points on the current trend, so there's reason to believe that the trends and patterns are somewhat the same. The outcome and forecast should be fairly same. So the model that we just examined, again, it was back in January 7th to April 3rd, 2009. WTI crude oil was down roughly around 3% in the next coming days. And if we head back to the day-by-day probability model, that coincides with this standard deviation of 25% chance between 0 to negative 4.5%. So now let's examine closer on the technical performance of each trend. On our current trend that we're in, we're currently down 2.5% from monthly high, up 33 or 34% from monthly low, up 67 basis points from 10 simple moving average, up 4% from 20-day simple moving average, and up 16% from 50-day simple moving average. So now the trend that we just found or examined, back then it was only down 44 basis points from monthly high, up 24% from monthly low, up 2.4% from 10 simple moving average, up 7% from 20-day simple moving average, and up 12% from 50-day simple moving average. So among two trends, there are technical similarities. Again, these models are now available in the link below, so do check it out. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.